So this is part 4 of Catching Cold by Neal Shusterman, and it is audio clip 5 for the day. Literature tells of a captain named Ahab. Ahab had an unhealthy obsession with a great white whale that led to the destruction of his ship and to his own untimely end. He had a first mate named Starbuck. I know what you're thinking, but Starbuck had absolutely nothing to do with making coffee. If he had, perhaps Captain Ahab might have kicked the whale habit and pursued the white chocolate latte instead of the white whale. Unfortunately, as Ahab discovered, obsessions are rarely reasonable, and quite often will lead to one's personal doom. Although few involve the death of a sea mammal. So just like with every other section, we are starting with an allusion, and this allusion is to a famous fictional story called Moby Dick. Moby Dick is the name of the whale. So this story, gosh, I think it was written in the late 1800s. It's been around forever. So this is the type of allusion that, yeah, you absolutely could look it up online, get more information about it, but it does set up something of a foreboding tone, right? So take a look back at this paragraph we just read. Where do you see that foreboding? There we go. Unhealthy obsession, untimely end, one's personal doom. This is not foretelling a positive future for Marty Zybeck. So here's to hoping that he's able to fare better than Captain Ahab was in the story of Moby Dick. Let's continue. Marty's great white whale had 4 wheels and played a painfully annoying tune. He had no Starbuck to help him since his first mate, Tyler, was off at the tribal casino and, thanks to the luck of the Irish, was raking in the big bucks. Therefore, in this obsession, Marty was alone. Catching the ice cream truck on film was different from catching it in person. It required a plan. He drew a map of the neighborhood, marking the entry and the exit points. He labeled the sight lines from various key vantage spots. Then, Marty took stock of the tools at his disposal. There were lots of them because Mr. Zybeck often brought home things from the office that wouldn't be missed. Things like paper clips or police tape, which was good for wrapping presents if you ran out of ribbon. Mr. Zybeck brought home a few body bags once. Mrs. Zybeck found them wonderful for storing linens, although they did give Grandma quite a scare. The various items Mr. Zybeck made off with from the police station were stockpiled in the garage. Marty systematically went through them, searching for things that he could use. There was a stun gun, but it was missing its charger. There was an entire case of pepper spray. There were batons and police lights, but none of them could be retooled for Marty's big scheme. Until he saw the spike strip rolled up in the corner. Marty had seen spike strips before. In a police pursuit, they were rolled out in the front of a speeding car to pop the tires and bring the chase to an end. Mom and Dad had used the strip once to stop Marty's older sister from sneaking out at night, but it was only effective the first time. This is exactly what he needed. Maybe he couldn't stop the ice cream man, but 4 flat tires would slow him down to a crawl. With surprising stealth and cunning, Marty set his trap and waited until he could spring it. So again, we're getting a section of character development because what we're seeing here is that Marty is being strategic. He's trying to figure out how to use the resources he has in order to create a trap for this ice cream man. So here we see Marty's being systematic. Okay, he's taking inventory of what he has, and he has stealth and cunning that the author describes as surprising because this isn't a side of Marty that anybody has seen before. So what we're seeing here is that Marty is growing and changing. And so with that growth, usually comes a change of perspective. And based on the warning we were given in the beginning of this section, here's here's to hoping Marty changes his perspective pretty darn fast.